"Mom, I'm pregnant with a human's baby. Alien girl brings her mate home." In one of the grandest towers of the capital city, a family awaited the arrival of Lyra, a young alien woman from a respected noble house. But Lyra's arrival today was unlike any before. It carried news that would shake her family's world. Lyra's small spaceship descended slowly, its hull glowing softly. The hum of its engines blended with the city's constant buzz of energy. Inside, Lyra sat straight, hands folded on her lap. Her heart beat faster than the anti-gravity engines of her craft. Today, she would tell her mother. She would tell her family. She was pregnant, and the father was a human. Humans were rare in the galaxy. Very few had ever visited Zithra, and even fewer had earned the trust of its citizens. They were curious creatures, fragile in appearance but clever and daring. Lyra knew that her mother would be shocked, perhaps even angry, but she had chosen love and she would not hide it. The doors of the family's estate opened as Lyra stepped out. Her mother, Serena, a tall figure with violet skin and silver markings along her arms, approached immediately. Serena's eyes, large and bright, reflected concern. "Lyra," Serena said softly, her voice like a musical chime. "You called urgently. What has happened?" Lyra took a deep breath. "Mother, I have news. I am pregnant." She paused, letting the words settle. "And the father is a human." For a moment, silence filled the air. The wind outside carried the scent of blooming lunar flowers, but no sound of birds or city drones reached the courtyard. Serena's eyes widened. She had expected many things from Lyra: adventures, experiments, maybe a diplomatic role in the council, but never this. "A human?" Serena asked slowly, as if tasting the word. "Are you certain?" "Yes," Lyra said firmly. "His name is Alex. He is kind, brave, and he loves me." Serena took a step back, trying to process. "Lyra, you know the risks. Humans are different. The council will have questions. Others may not accept this easily. Have you thought of the consequences?" Lyra nodded. "I have, but I also know he is the right one. Please, Mother, I want you to meet him." Serena looked at her daughter for a long moment. Finally, she sighed. "Very well, bring him here. Let us see this human." Lyra's mind raced as she returned to her ship. She had prepared Alex for this moment. He had been nervous all week, wondering how a noble alien family would react. Humans were known for their adaptability, but even the bravest could feel out of place in an alien home. Alex stepped out of the ship carefully. His eyes scanned the tall towers, the glowing streets, and the strange floating vehicles. Everything was new, but he stood tall, shoulders back, hands relaxed at his sides. Lyra's mother watched him quietly, noticing his calm presence. "Alex," Lyra said, "this is my mother, Serena. Mother, this is Alex, my partner." Alex bowed slightly, a gesture he had learned from observing Zitharan customs. "It is an honor to meet you, Serena," he said, his voice steady. "I promise I will take care of Lyra and our child." Serena's eyes softened slightly. There was something about him, his confidence, his respect, his intelligence, but she remained cautious. "Words are easy," she said. "Actions are what matter. Will you follow our ways, learn our customs, and respect our family?" Alex nodded. "I will. I want to understand your world and be a part of it." Lyra watched the exchange, relief and pride filling her chest. Even if the path ahead was uncertain, Alex had already shown the qualities that made him remarkable. Later in the family's grand hall, Lyra introduced Alex to her extended family. Relatives whispered and glanced at him curiously. Many had never seen a human up close. Some were skeptical, others fascinated. Lyra guided Alex through greetings, customs, and explanations. He listened, nodded, and occasionally asked questions with genuine interest, earning soft smiles from some of the younger relatives. One of her uncles, Carthas, a stern and influential figure, raised an eyebrow. "You expect us to accept a human as part of our family. Do you realize the implications?" Alex met his gaze directly. "I know it is unusual, but I am not here to replace your traditions or disrespect them. I am here because I love Lyra, and I will do everything to honor her family and our child." The uncle studied him, surprised by the human's courage. Zitharans valued strength, intelligence, and honor. Alex, in his own way, displayed all three, though differently from a Zitharan. Lyra smiled, feeling a warmth she had not felt in months. She had feared rejection, but seeing Alex face her family with calm determination reassured her. "Please," she said gently, "see him for who he is, not what he is. He is part of our family now." That evening, the family gathered for a formal meal, as was custom. Alien dishes floated in small anti-gravity containers, emitting scents that were strange but pleasant. Alex tasted each dish carefully, complimenting flavors politely, making jokes when he mispronounced the names. The room filled with quiet laughter, breaking the initial tension. Serena watched him closely. She had been wary, but Alex's respect, patience, and charm were undeniable. He is different, she thought, but perhaps he could be trusted. Lyra leaned closer to Alex as the meal ended. "Thank you for trying," she whispered. "It means so much." Alex smiled. "I want to do more than try. I want to belong here with you and our child." Lyra's eyes sparkled. "I believe you will, but the journey is just beginning." As night fell, the city lights reflected like liquid diamonds across the towers. Lyra and Alex stepped onto the balcony, looking out at the alien world stretching endlessly before them. "Do you think your family will ever fully accept me?" Alex asked softly. Lyra rested her hand on his. "It will take time. They are cautious. But if they see your heart, they will see the truth. Humans are strong in ways they do not always understand. They will respect you." Alex nodded, feeling a surge of determination. "Then I will show them, not just for me, but for you and our baby." Lyra smiled, feeling hope rise. The journey ahead was uncertain, full of challenges and surprises, but together they were strong. The stars above Zithera seemed to shimmer brighter, as if watching and approving. In that moment, under twin moons and endless skies, Lyra and Alex knew that love could bridge worlds, that humans could stand proudly among the stars, and that a new story was beginning, one that would change not only their lives but the way Zitherans saw humanity. The morning sun rose over Zithera, casting a warm glow across the crystalline towers and shimmering streets. Lyra's family estate was alive with activity. Servants floated gracefully on anti-gravity platforms, carrying delicate trays of exotic fruits and holographic scrolls. Today, Alex would learn more about the life Lyra had always known, and the family would begin to see how this human might fit into their world. Lyra met Alex at the estate gates. "Are you ready?" she asked, a smile playing on her lips. Alex adjusted his simple human clothing, which, while comfortable, clearly stood out among the colorful and flowing garments of Zitherans. "As ready as I'll ever be. I want to understand everything about your world, Lyra, every custom, every rule." She laughed softly. "Then follow me, but remember, patience is key. Zitherans value grace, careful words, and respect for tradition. Sometimes it is complicated." Alex nodded. "I can do complicated." The first stop was the family's ceremonial hall, a space filled with light, art, and history. Walls shimmered with moving murals depicting Lyra's ancestors and their accomplishments. The ceiling reflected the twin moons even during the day, giving the impression that the sky itself was inside the room. Lyra gestured toward the murals. "These tell our story," she explained. "They show the lives of our family members, their victories, and the lessons they learned. Here, respect for the past is very important." Alex leaned closer, studying the images. He noticed the similarities in the eyes, the proud postures, and the gestures that seemed meaningful. "Your family has done so much," he said. "I want to learn from them." A distant relative, Carthas, who had been watching silently, stepped forward. "And what can a human teach us? Do you even understand our ways?" His voice carried authority and skepticism. Alex met Carthas' gaze without flinching. "I may not be Zitheran," he said calmly, "but I can learn, I can listen, and I can respect what has come before me. That is how I will honor Lyra and our child." The room grew quiet. His words, simple as they were, held a clarity and strength that resonated with the family. Some exchanged surprised glances. Perhaps humans were not as fragile as they seemed. Over the next hours, Lyra guided Alex through a series of rituals and lessons. First came the greeting ceremony, where guests extended their hands, palms glowing softly with a light that reflected their energy. Alex mimicked the gestures, slightly awkward at first, but soon he moved with careful precision. His human hands, though different in shape, conveyed respect. Next, they practiced formal dining customs. Zitheran meals were an experience beyond taste. They were performance, art, and social connection. Floating plates held foods that changed color, texture, and aroma with each bite. Alex tried each one, often pausing to ask what it was. "Is it safe?" he asked with a grin when a dish shifted into a sparkling jelly. Lyra laughed. "Yes, it is edible, but it is also meant to teach patience and observation. Watch, smell, taste, and think before you act. That is how Zitherans live." Alex tasted the jelly carefully and then smiled. I think I understand. It's like learning a new language with your senses. By midday, some of the younger relatives began to admire him. His curiosity and courage, along with his humor, made him stand out. He asked questions politely, listened intently, and even suggested ideas for small improvements in the floating trays that made the servants laugh. Humor, as it turned out, was universal. After the meals and rituals, Lyra took Alex to the family garden, a sprawling area with plants that moved and sang in faint tones when touched. The air smelled sweet, with hints of alien spices and minerals. This is where we reflect and find peace, Lyra explained. Zitherans spend time with nature to balance our minds and bodies. Humans, how do you find balance? Alex looked around, fascinated. I think I do it with music, with learning, and with moments like this. Seeing your world, it helps me understand life in a new way. A gentle breeze carried the soft hum of the plants, and even Carthus approached. He observed Alex quietly, noting the human's thoughtfulness. He whispered to another relative, "Perhaps he is not so unworthy as I believed." Later, the family received word of a nearby clan that sought to challenge the house's honor. The rival clan often tested families to assert dominance, and the unusual presence of a human provided them with an excuse to act. Serena's expression hardened. Lyra, Alex, this is serious. You must understand the dangers of this world. Not everyone will welcome a human. Some will try to exploit your presence for their own gain. Alex stepped forward, his posture steady. I am aware of the risks. I will stand with Lyra and your family. Together we can face this challenge. Lyra looked at him with pride. You're brave, Alex, but bravery alone is not enough. You must understand our strategies, our strengths, and our culture to truly help. Over the next several days, Alex trained alongside the family, learning defensive strategies and observing the customs of alliance and negotiation. His human mind, creative and logical in ways Zitherans rarely used, offered fresh insights. He suggested alternative communication methods with allies and ways to anticipate rival tactics. The family began to see that humans were not merely strong in body. They were adaptable, inventive, and capable of reasoning that complemented their own. Slowly, the initial skepticism began to fade. One evening, as the twin moons cast silver light over the estate, Lyra and Alex sat in the garden once more. Lyra noticed a calm determination in him that day. They are starting to accept you, she said softly. Not everyone, but the important ones, Alex smiled. I think it helps that I respect their ways, but I also show that humans have our own strengths. I do not want to replace Zitharan tradition, I want to complement it. Lyra nodded. And you do. That is what makes you special. Humans are different, but in a good way. You bring ideas, courage, and heart that no one else can. Alex looked at her, his eyes shining. Then I will continue to learn, not just for me, but for our child. I want our baby to grow in a world that respects both humans and Zitharans. Lyra felt a surge of hope. Their child would be a symbol of unity between worlds, proof that love and courage could bridge even the widest cultural gaps. Days passed, and the preparations for the family's ceremonial celebration continued. Alex participated eagerly, helping to decorate, learning ceremonial songs, and even practicing traditional dances. His movements were clumsy at first, but with guidance he became surprisingly coordinated. The family watched, amazed at how quickly he adapted. Carthus, who had once doubted him, finally nodded in approval. Perhaps I misjudged him, he admitted. He is capable. And he honors your daughter, that is all I could ask. Alex bowed respectfully. Thank you, sir. I only wish to serve this family and our child with loyalty and care. Lyra smiled, heart swelling. Humans were not perfect, but Alex's determination, kindness, and ingenuity proved that they could rise to challenges and earn respect in any world. That night, under the glow of the twin moons, Lyra and Alex stood on the balcony overlooking the city. The lights twinkled below, and the sounds of the alien metropolis blended with the gentle rustling of plants. I never thought I would find a human and love him, Lyra whispered, her hand in his. And yet, here you are, proving that humans can belong anywhere. Alex smiled softly. Love does that, and humans, we rise to protect what we care for. I will protect you and our child, and I will help this family see the strength in humans. That is my promise. Lyra leaned against him, feeling warmth and hope. The journey ahead would be full of challenges, rival clans, skeptical relatives, and cultural barriers. but together they were stronger than any obstacle. And somewhere among the stars, in the galaxy beyond Zithera, it felt as if the universe itself was watching, curious and approving. For humans, though small and fragile in appearance, could shine brightly in ways that no alien had fully understood, through courage, intelligence, and heart. As the night deepened, Lyra and Alex knew that their story was only beginning. The family, the city, and perhaps even the galaxy would soon see the remarkable power of humanity and the love that bound two very different worlds together. The sun rose over Zithera once more, painting the city with shades of gold and violet. Lyra and Alex had settled into a rhythm at the family estate, but the world beyond the gates was not always calm. Rumors had begun to spread, rumors about a human being part of a noble Zitheran household. Some were curious, some indifferent, but a few harbored unease. Lyra knew the challenges they would face. Alex was no ordinary human. He had proven his courage, intelligence, and patience. But culture was a weighty matter in Zithera, and not all accepted change willingly. Alex, Lyra said one morning, holding his hand as they walked through the estate gardens, "Today you will attend the Council of Elders with me. It is where the family discusses important matters. They will ask questions, hard questions." Alex nodded, determination in his eyes. "I am ready, I want to learn, and I want to show them that I am worthy, not just for you, but for our child." Lyra smiled. Humans were different, yes, but that difference often gave them strength. Where Zitherans relied on tradition and careful calculation, humans relied on creativity, intuition, and heart. It was these qualities that had drawn her to Alex, and now they would prove invaluable. The Council of Elders was a grand chamber filled with towering columns and glowing orbs that hovered in midair. Every elder wore ceremonial robes, and their eyes sparkled with centuries of wisdom. Lyra introduced Alex carefully. "Elders, this is Alex, my partner. He is human. I ask you to see him as he is, not as rumors claim he might be." The elders regarded him silently. Some leaned forward, curiosity shining in their eyes. Others frowned, skeptical of a species so rare in their world. "Human," an elder named Varus said, voice deep and deliberate, "we respect your courage in visiting Zithera. But can you honor our ways? Can you respect our customs and uphold the dignity of this family?" Alex bowed slightly. "I will do my best. I have already begun learning your customs. I respect your history, your family, and Lyra. I wish to serve with loyalty, and I wish to be worthy of trust." A murmur ran through the chamber. His words were simple, but they carried sincerity. Humans, some elders thought, could be underestimated. Yet this one had shown courage, adaptability, and a willingness to learn. After the council meeting, Lyra guided Alex through more complex customs. Zitherans valued subtle gestures, unspoken communication, and precise etiquette. Every move Alex made was observed, how he held his hands, how he spoke, even the way he stepped. At first, Alex stumbled. He bowed too deeply, mispronounced ceremonial words, and accidentally reversed the order of greetings. Some family members tittered, but Lyra remained supportive. "Patience," she whispered. "They are testing, but they are also teaching. Humans do not fail if they try with heart." By midday, Alex had improved. He learned to mirror the subtle hand gestures, to follow the ceremonial steps, and even to recite a few traditional phrases correctly. Every small success earned quiet nods of approval. The younger relatives began to see something remarkable. While humans might appear fragile, they were determined, adaptable, and quick learners. These traits were quietly respected, even admired, but not everyone was pleased. Word of a human in the household had reached a rival clan, the Velari. The Velari were proud and traditional, and they saw the presence of a human as an insult to Zitheran customs. They began to plot, hoping to embarrass Lyra's family and assert their dominance. One evening, as Lyra and Alex practiced ceremonial dances, a messenger arrived. His uniform indicated that he came from the Velari clan. "They challenge your family's honor," the messenger announced. "They claim the human's presence is a violation of tradition. They demand an answer, remove him, or face public scrutiny." Lyra's heart sank. "They cannot control our family," she said, turning to Alex. "But we must act wisely. Rashness could bring shame." Alex placed a hand on hers. "Then we act smart. We show them the strength in unity. We show them humans are not weak. They are different, yes, but strong in ways they cannot always see." The following days were filled with preparation. Alex studied the history of the rival clan, learning their customs, strategies, and codes of honor. Lyra's family worked tirelessly, planning both ceremonial responses and defensive measures. In private, Lyra spoke to Alex. "They will test you," she said. "Not because they wish harm, but because they believe a human cannot uphold our family's dignity. You must prove them wrong, not through aggression, but through intelligence, courage, and respect." Alex nodded. "Then I will. I may be different, but I will rise to the challenge. I will show them that humans are capable of loyalty, courage, and wisdom." Lyra smiled. She knew he could. Humans, she thought, often surprised the galaxy with their resilience and heart. The day of the challenge arrived. The rival clan's representatives entered the estate, their expressions stern. The ceremonial hall was filled with tension as both families gathered. The elders of Lyra's family stood tall, observing the visitors carefully. Varys spoke first. "We meet today not to fight, but to discuss honor and tradition. The Velarii have concerns about the presence of a human in our family. We will answer their questions, and we will show them the strength of our choices." A representative from the Velarii stepped forward. "We question your judgment. How can a human, a fragile species, carry the honor of a noble Zitharan house?" Alex took a deep breath. His eyes met Lyra's briefly, then focused on the Velarii. "I may not be Zitharan," he said calmly, "but I am loyal. I respect your customs. I respect Lyra, her family, and this house. My strength is not in appearance. It is in my heart, my mind, and my determination. I stand here to prove that humans can honor any world we touch." The hall grew silent. His words were simple, yet they carried weight. The Velarii hesitated, unprepared for such confidence and clarity from a species they considered weak. Over the next hours, Alex demonstrated his abilities in several tests. First, he solved a series of logic puzzles designed to test intelligence and strategic thinking. The elders watched closely, impressed at how he adapted quickly to patterns unfamiliar to humans. Next, he participated in a ritual of agility, moving gracefully across platforms that shifted and floated. Though his movements were not as naturally fluid as a Zitharan's, his determination and careful observation allowed him to succeed without error. Finally, the challenge turned to diplomacy. Alex spoke with the Velarii representatives, offering ideas to strengthen relations between the clans. He showed creativity, respect, and insight, earning nods from elders on both sides. By the end of the day, the Velarii had no choice but to acknowledge the humans' abilities. They could not deny the combination of intelligence, courage, and respect Alex displayed. That evening, the estate celebrated. Music filled the air, blending human tunes with Zitharan instruments. Alex joined in the dancing, laughter ringing out. The family, once skeptical, now saw the human as a worthy partner for Lyra and a capable father for their future child. Carthus approached Alex, placing a hand on his shoulder. "You have proven yourself," he said, "not just to us but to the world. You honor Lyra and you honor this family. That is all anyone could ask." Alex bowed respectfully. "Thank you. I only wish to continue proving myself. Every day I will learn more and do better for Lyra, for our child, and for your family." Lyra smiled, her heart full. Humans were often underestimated, yet Alex had shown that courage, intelligence, and heart could surpass appearances, species, and expectations. As night fell, Lyra and Alex walked to the garden again, the twin moons glowing overhead. "They accepted you," Lyra whispered. "Not everyone, but the important ones. You showed them your strength in the ways that matter most." Alex looked at her, eyes shining. "I only hope that our child will grow knowing that humans can belong anywhere and that love can bridge even the widest differences." Lyra rested her head on his shoulder. "They will know, and more than that, they will respect humans in ways they never imagined. You've already changed how they see the galaxy." The city shimmered beneath them, alive with the energy of countless lives. Somewhere among the stars, Lyra thought, humans were quietly proving their place in the universe, not through conquest, but through courage, heart, and determination. And in that quiet glow, Lyra and Alex knew that their journey had only just begun. Challenges would come, but together they were ready. Their love, their child, and their combined strength would face whatever the galaxy had to offer. For in the eyes of many, humans might seem small and fragile, but in reality, they could shine brightly in ways no other species could match. The calm of Zithra was broken one morning by a distant alarm that echoed across the city. Sirens of light flashed across the towers, and holographic displays lit up in the family estate. Lyra and Alex were in the garden enjoying a quiet morning when the first messages arrived. "Lyra," Alex said, concern in his voice, "what is happening?" Lyra's violet eyes darkened. "It is the rival clan, Velari. They are not satisfied with the acceptance we earned. They are moving against us publicly this time. They want to challenge the family in front of the city council, perhaps even more." Alex's jaw tightened. "Then we must act. Not recklessly, but smartly. Together we can face whatever comes." Lyra nodded. "You are right, but we need the family united, and we need to show the council that humans and Zitherans together are strong." Inside the grand hall, the family gathered. Elders, relatives, and advisors convened quickly, analyzing reports of the Velari's movements. Holographic maps showed the rival clan's fleet approaching. Though their numbers were greater, their strategy was predictable. Varus, the elder, spoke first. "We cannot allow the Velari to undermine our honor, but this must be handled carefully. Force is one way, but intelligence and diplomacy are stronger." Alex stepped forward. "I have studied their history, their strategies, and their customs. I can help anticipate their moves and suggest ways to respond that will protect the family while avoiding unnecessary conflict." Some family members looked skeptical. Humans were intelligent, yes, but could they understand Zitharan tactics fully? Alex met their doubts with steady eyes. "I do not claim to know everything," he said, "but I bring a different perspective, one that can complement your experience." Lyra smiled. Humans often saw patterns differently, and Alex had already proven that this difference could be a strength. The first challenge was communication. The Velari were sending messages to test the family's resolve, taunting them and demanding concessions. Alex suggested a careful approach, reply with respect but without fear. "We must show them unity and strength," Alex advised. "They must see that we are prepared, clever, and not intimidated, but we avoid anger, it only gives them power." Lyra relayed his plan to the elders. After discussion, they agreed. Alex helped draft messages that balanced respect with quiet firmness. When the Velari received them, the rival clan paused, surprised by the calm yet confident tone. Next came preparation for the demonstration of strength. Zitherans valued intelligence as much as combat. The family devised a series of trials to show the council and city leaders their readiness, strategy, defense, and unity. Alex participated fully. He suggested creative solutions, ways to use floating platforms for tactical advantage, methods of signaling allies without sound, and contingency plans that the elders had not considered. His human creativity impressed even the most skeptical members. Lyra watched him work. Every idea he offered, every careful move he suggested, showed how humans could contribute in ways no Zitharan had imagined. She felt proud. Her child would inherit courage and ingenuity from both parents. As the Velari fleet drew closer, tension in the city increased. Citizens whispered, curious and anxious about the human who now stood among Zitharans. Many doubted Alex could hold his own in such a situation, but some began to watch with fascination. Humans were unpredictable, yes, but perhaps also remarkable. On the day of the confrontation, the family gathered in the ceremonial courtyard. The Velari representatives arrived, their banners waving proudly. The city council members watched from a distance, awaiting the demonstration. Varus addressed both sides. "Today is not about war. It is about honor, strategy, and respect. We will show what it means to protect family and uphold dignity." Alex stepped forward. "I am human," he said, voice clear. "I may not be like you, but I am brave, intelligent, and loyal. I stand here not to fight recklessly, but to show that humans and Zitherans together can solve problems, defend honor, and protect the innocent." The Velari representatives frowned, unsure of how to respond. This human spoke not with arrogance, but with confidence and respect, a combination rare in their experience. The first trial tested strategy. The courtyard had shifting platforms, obstacles, and simulated threats. Alex quickly understood the patterns, suggesting maneuvers for the family members that optimized defense and coverage. Zitherans followed his guidance, and together they completed the trial flawlessly. The second trial tested diplomacy. The Velari representatives watched closely as Alex mediated discussions between family members, anticipating possible conflicts and suggesting compromises that preserved honor without appearing weak. Finally, the third trial tested courage. A mock attack was staged, with simulated dangers threatening the family and their property. Alex moved quickly, using both human intuition and knowledge gained from observing Zitharan methods. He saved several family members from danger, earning nods of approval from elders and council members alike. By the end of the day, the Velari had no choice but to acknowledge the humans' contributions. They could not deny that Alex's combination of courage, intelligence, and respect had helped the family succeed where traditional methods alone might have struggled. As the sun set, the family held a quiet celebration. The council praised their unity and strategy, noting that the presence of a human had added an unexpected but valuable perspective. Citizens who had gathered nearby whispered with admiration, realizing that humans could be extraordinary allies. Lyra approached Alex, her eyes bright with pride. "You've done it," she said softly. "You've shown everyone that humans are not only capable but remarkable." Alex smiled. "We did it together. Love, trust, and respect, that's what makes strength. And humans, we rise to protect what we care about." Carthas, once doubtful, placed a hand on Alex's shoulder. "You have proven yourself," he said. "Not by fighting, but by thinking, acting wisely, and standing with honor. You are worthy of Lyra and this family." Alex bowed. "Thank you. I will continue to honor your family and our child every day." That night, Lyra and Alex walked in the garden, bathed in the light of the twin moons. "The city will talk about you for a long time," Lyra said. "Not just as a human, but as someone who showed courage, heart, and wisdom." Alex squeezed her hand. "I only hope our child grows knowing that humans can belong anywhere and that love can unite even the most different worlds." Lyra smiled. "They will know. And more than that, they will respect humans in ways they never expected. You've already changed how many see the galaxy." As they stood together, looking out over the glowing city, they understood that this was only the beginning. Challenges would come, rivalries would rise, and the world would continue to test them. But together they were strong. Their love, their courage, and their combined strengths would face any obstacle. For humans, small and fragile as they might appear, could shine brightly in ways no other species could. And on this day, Zithara, and perhaps the galaxy, had witnessed it firsthand. The city of Zithara glowed beneath twin moons, the night alive with lights, music, and the gentle hum of energy flowing through the crystalline towers. The recent trials with the Velari clan had ended in triumph, but the story of a human standing alongside a noble Zitharan family had traveled far beyond the estate. Lyra and Alex walked through the gardens, hands intertwined, feeling the quiet pulse of the city. Life had returned to a rhythm, but it was a different rhythm now, one that included humans as a part of the galaxy's possibilities. "Our family has grown stronger," Lyra said softly. "Not just because of the trials, but because of you." Alex smiled. "It was not just me. It was all of us together. Love, trust, and courage, that is what made the difference. That is what humans bring to the galaxy. We may be small, but we can shine brightly." Lyra leaned her head on his shoulder, feeling the warmth and comfort of his presence. "And soon our child will inherit the strength of both humans and Zitharans, a bridge between worlds." The next day, the family held a ceremonial gathering to formally welcome Alex as part of the household. The courtyard shimmered with light, and floating banners displayed the symbols of both Lyra's family and the city's council. Citizens, relatives, and allies filled the space, eager to witness the union of species, courage, and love. Varys, the elder who had once questioned Alex's presence, stepped forward. "Today, we acknowledge not only a new generation, but also a new understanding. We see that humans, while different, possess strengths that can complement our own. Intelligence, courage, and heart are universal qualities, and today we honor them." Alex bowed respectfully. "Thank you, Elder Varys. I'm honored to be part of this family, and I promise to serve with loyalty, care, and respect, for Lyra, for our child, and for this household." Lyra watched him, pride and love swelling in her chest. The same man who had entered the estate uncertain and cautious had now earned the respect of a powerful family and a skeptical world. During the ceremony, children of the family approached Alex, curious about this human who had proven so much. They asked questions about Earth, about human customs, and about how he had learned Zitharan ways so quickly. Alex knelt to speak with them, smiling warmly. "Humans are not so different from you," he said. "We learn, we play, and we care for our families. We can be brave and clever in ways you might not expect. and we can work together with others, different worlds, different species, to do great things. The children's eyes widened with fascination. Some began to mimic his gestures, eager to practice human ways, and laughter filled the courtyard. Even in these small moments, the bond between species grew stronger. The celebrations continued with music, dance, and shared meals that blended Zitharan and human traditions. Alex learned to play alien instruments, producing notes that harmonized with human melodies he taught in return. Lyra's laughter rang through the air as they danced together, a symbol of unity, love, and the blending of cultures. Family members who had once doubted him now embraced him openly, acknowledging the courage, wisdom, and heart he had shown. Carthas, smiling broadly, raised a toast. "To humans," he said. "May their courage, ingenuity, and heart continue to inspire us all, and may this family grow stronger, wiser, and happier for their presence." Alex raised his own hand in acknowledgement. "To family, love, and the strength that comes from unity." The crowd cheered. The message was clear. Humans were not only capable of standing among aliens, they could shine as equals, contributing ideas, courage, and perspectives that enriched everyone around them. In the days that followed, Alex continued learning, growing, and building bonds with Lyra's family. He worked alongside servants, elders, and younger relatives, showing that humans could adapt to any task. Whether it was understanding alien technology, mastering ceremonial duties, or solving strategic problems, he approached each challenge with determination. Lyra observed him, thinking about the future. "Our child will inherit so much," she said. "Not just strength and courage, but also curiosity, creativity, and the ability to see possibilities others might miss." Alex smiled. "And humans have another strength, love. We rise to protect those we care about, no matter the danger. That is why I will always stand with you and our child." Lyra's heart swelled. She knew that together they could face any challenge the galaxy presented. Weeks passed, and the estate became a hub of unity between species. Humans visiting Zithara were welcomed warmly, inspired by the story of Alex and the family's acceptance. Citizens began to see humans as more than fragile creatures. They were resilient, clever, and capable of forming bonds that could change worlds. Even rival clans, once skeptical or hostile, began to reconsider. The Velari, witnessing the family's strength and the humans' contributions, approached with cautious respect. Diplomacy replaced tension, and old rivalries began to shift toward cooperation. Alex, always humble, credited the family. "It was never just me," he said. "We worked together and we learned from each other. That is the power humans bring. We can rise to challenges, but we also listen, adapt, and collaborate." One evening, under the twin moons, Lyra and Alex prepared the nursery for their child. Floating cradles, soft lights, and alien plants surrounded the space, blending Zitharan aesthetics with the simple comforts Alex had brought from Earth. Lyra looked at him, eyes shining. "Soon our child will arrive. They will grow in a world that respects both humans and Zitharans, that sees the value in courage, heart, and intelligence." Alex gently placed a hand on her shoulder. "Our child will know that being human is not a weakness, but a strength. That love can unite different worlds, and that courage and heart matter more than appearances or species." Lyra rested her head on his chest. "And together we will teach them everything. How to be brave, how to think, how to care, how to shine." When the day of birth came, the family gathered in quiet anticipation. The estate was filled with energy, love, and hope. Lyra's strength and Alex's support combined, and soon the cries of a newborn filled the chamber. A child born of two worlds, a symbol of unity, hope, and the remarkable potential of humans. The elders approached, one by one, blessing the child with ancient words and gestures. Carthas smiled, a rare tear in his eye. "May they carry the strength, intelligence, and courage of humans and the wisdom and grace of Zitharans. May they show the galaxy what love and unity can achieve." Alex held the child, marveling at the tiny fingers and bright eyes. "Welcome to the galaxy," he whispered softly. "You are a bridge between worlds, a proof that humans can rise to any challenge, and that love can unite even the most different species." Lyra placed a hand on his, feeling hope and pride. "Our child will grow knowing that humans can belong anywhere, that humans can be strong, brave, and wise, that humans, though small in appearance, can shine brighter than the stars." In the days that followed, the family shared the news across Zithara and neighboring systems. Humans were now seen as allies, as beings capable of courage, intelligence, and heart. The story of Alex and Lyra became a symbol of unity and hope, inspiring other families and species to embrace differences rather than fear them. Alex continued to learn, teach, and grow. He studied Zitharan science, shared human ideas, and nurtured the child. Lyra and Alex together created a home where two worlds met, blending traditions, values, and love into a harmonious life. Citizens, elders, and even former rivals began to respect humans not merely for strength, but for their courage, creativity, and ability to rise to challenges. Alex's journey had shown that humans, though often underestimated, could shape the galaxy through heart, mind, and determination. Under the light of twin moons, Lyra and Alex stood together on the balcony, their child nestled safely in their arms. "Look at the city," Lyra said. "All of this, acceptance, respect, unity. And it began with you, Alex. You proved that humans can shine brightly in ways no one expected." Alex looked down at the child, then back at the city, a sense of calm and hope filling him. "We all shine," he said. "Humans, Zitharans, together we can rise to any challenge. And now our child will grow knowing that courage, heart, and love are what truly make a species remarkable." Lyra rested her head on his shoulder. "The galaxy will remember this. Our family will remember this. And most of all, our child will know that humans, though small in form, can have hearts as vast as the stars." The city glimmered beneath them, alive with possibility. The story of a human standing alongside a noble alien family was complete, but its legacy had only just begun. Humans had proven their worth, not through conquest or power, but through courage, heart, and the ability to rise to challenges. And somewhere among the stars, the galaxy watched with quiet admiration. For humans, though small and fragile in appearance, could shine brighter than many worlds, and that was only the beginning.